Hello and welcome to today's video of me trying to make systems in Roblox WoW, specifically this time using OOP, which stands for Object-Oriented Programming. Last time I did one of these videos, I did a making a stock script with basically there's like a stock shelf with shelf positions, and you can m make use OOP to swap to basically stock the shelf, clear it, and so on and so on. Wasn't it really that difficult to make? Um, I'm not gonna show it if you want. If you wanna see it, it's somewhere down my posted stuff, so you can just view it from there. Anyways, so on with the main idea that I'm gonna be making today. I'm gonna be making, as you can see from the name of the test of the place, is called leaderboards OOP test, which indicates I'm going to be making a leaderboards, specifically physical leaderboards, and I'm going to be making it in OOP and trying to make it work. So for now, what we will need is, let's make the physical leaderboards first, so we know what we're working with. We can make it whatever size, but let's make it 12 by 15. I think it's fine. We're gonna name this. Actually, we're not gonna. I'm just gonna add the stuff first. So we're gonna have this. Actually, let's group this. Not union, just group. Oh, oops. I don't know what I just did. Okay. Now let's call this leaderboard. Leaderboard. Inside the leaderboard, we're gonna add some stuff. Let's add a. How's it called? Surface GUI. Okay, what is the face? I have no idea. Oh, I need to add a frame, I think, to be able to tell. Okay, that's the right face, right? Yeah, that's the right face. Now let's make the size of the frame. What is the scale of the first one? Okay, the first is a scale. So let's do 1 1. And so far we have the background. So let's call this a background actually, background. This should be constant for the most part. I don't think I'm going to be upgrading the background for any reasoning. My C key is not working again. It was a previous issue, but that's all fixed, but I guess I haven't. Background. Then let's also add another frame. Or another frame. Okay, so I'm gonna be needing, for the leaderboards, I'm gonna be needing a main UI system over here, which is gonna have the name, the data that we're gonna be ranking. It's gonna have the profile picture of the player, the player's name, the player's data that we're tracking, and the ranking. And it's gonna be going down, down, down. So for the first one, it should be just a constant thing that's gonna be saying the same stuff. So let's make the format actually. So we're gonna make a well, how do we make groups? Oh my bad. How do we make groups of stuff in this thing? I don't know. It's gonna be text level mostly with an image. Okay, it's basically image level, text, 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 text. So let's start with the image label. Okay, can't really access that. I can access from here. The size should be size dependent. Like 0.1 maybe. 0.1. Mm. Actually, let's just make it. Let's just make it whatever. No, it's fine. I'm not trying to do ratios and stuff. So let's just make it. Let's just make it um offset. 100. Actually, let's make it 75 and 75. Yeah, that's fine. Now, right next to it, we're gonna have a text level. Let's move this 100 stuff to the right. So x 100. Oh, 75, my bad. 75. 75 should be on, yes. Let's make the size relative so it's not bad looking. So basically 0. The name should be like 150, I think. It's not. Okay. That should be 75. Let's make this 150. Actually, 150 is way small. Let's make it 500. That is way small. That is way too big. So maybe 300. And then we're gonna need a data plus ranking. So maybe it's fine. Maybe let's make it um like that. But I'm just gonna keep it with 300 for now. Then let's also add another text label. Which is gonna be the data that we're tracking. Let's move this. Where's the position? Where's it? Okay, let's move this 375 stuff to the right. This should be exactly correct. Yes, it is. Okay. Let's make the size relative to the previous one. Where's the size thing? It should be under. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Should be 75. Okay, so I want to equally split this amongst this. I don't know how I'm gonna do that. Okay, so far, how many stats is this, by the way? This is the x-axis. Is this? So it's 12 stats. I think that correlates to 1200 pixels, if I'm not wrong. So, or no, because 75, 300. How much is that? I don't even know. It's 100. So 150. Maybe it's half, which will be 600. So from that, well, let me think. So as of now, it's 475, which means for the ranking we will need. Maybe I just make this bigger then, because ranking doesn't need to be that big. Maybe I make it 150, and the ranking is just 50. Position should be 550. No, it's not. Yeah, that's confusing because. Okay, so 300. Oh, that's why. Or actually, no, it's not because. Okay, 75. 375. 525. So it's 525. 525. Now it should be correct. So that's. Yes, it is. 525, and the size needs to be 75. I'm not wrong, I think. If I'm correct, this should exactly line up. So yes, basically the default state is that for every stud, it's correlating to about. So if 12 studs correlates to 600 pixels, about 50 times more. Yeah, something like that. Okay. Not like, not, anyways. I understand. I don't know if you understand. I don't really care. I understand. So let's also make it correct. No, but I'm trying to help everyone understand what I'm doing, so it doesn't make any sense what you said. So anyway, so this is going to be one like lane. Let me change the background colors for each of this because I wanted them to be distinguishable. Like hex gray, I don't know. And let me also add a background UI stroke for each one. Border, I mean, UI border. Okay, so basically, where's border? Is it corner? I am confused. Hold on. Oh, there's something over there. I tend to have the money there because outer, since it's on the edge, only this. They have the same index, syntax, so it can't show over your under it, so it's not generating, and it cannot generate outside. So for it to be showing, you need to make it on the inner side. Let's just have it on black. Thickness should be could be 2. Let's change the color to a lesser black. Like that. Beautiful. And now let's copy paste that in every single thing. Okay. So far so good. Why is the thing not loading though? Okay. For every text label type of thing, I'm gonna add them to um, text scale. Oh, the text color. Let's make it like a white, or like another color, like a blue, like a light blue. I think light blue is fine. And let's have like a text stroke of. Let's first of all make this parent. I think that looks nice. And basically, this is going to have. Let's call this name. Let's call this data. And let's call this rank. Yeah, rank. This is gonna be background. And image, we're gonna call it PFP. So now let's get everything and let's group them. Not as a model though. How do we group something? Do we need a frame, maybe? Okay, so what if I add a frame? Let's make its size. Let's make its size 675. Let's make this non-viewable. Let's call this. So what do we call this? So this is gonna be the single layer inside of the thing. I don't know what to call it. I just need the name. I don't know what to name it. I should call it player rank UI, I guess. That's fine. And displays all of this inside of it, not that this. And now you copy and, and paste inside of this. And let's move this down. I wonder what would happen if I did this. Okay. What if I did this? This is what I'm interested in. Okay, that's gonna go up. What if I do -1? Okay, so that happens. So if I go 150 or 75, okay. There we go. So it goes down. And we have a second one. That's nice. Okay, I'm ready to make this. This is gonna be the constant. So let's just call it constant. P and constant. This is not gonna be moving. It's gonna be here. And now let's make a scrolling frame. I think that's what it's called, scrolling frame. And we can place it so its position is. Let's do this for now. Actually, let's keep this. Let's place its position to be at 75, 600. And let's place this inside of that. I'm confused. What was going on? Why is it not? Okay, for now let's put this in a lighting to see something. So where is the scrolling frame? It should. Is that not? Okay, it's right there. I can see that, but it's not. it turns out I'm clinically stupid. Okay, oh man. Okay, I was uh, I was making the position instead of the size, and it was bugging out. Anyways, this should be 600. This should be 75, and I'm gonna place this inside of this. Okay. So basically, every new one should be 75 um, down. 75 offset things down from the previous one. If we're gonna make, for example, make 10 leaderboard slots, we're just gonna do this control C paste and just make every single one's position 75 steps lower. So yeah, the screen frame is there. And just to showcase how this look, let me get some data here. This for example, change this to also the constant is gonna be changed to the data. Um, let's change the name to whatever data we're gonna need. So this could be script adjustable. I'm just gonna make it here because why not? Let's say for example, mod for the rank. I think do this. The name we do player, and for the profile picture we just let me just pick a random picture of the web column. So oh yeah, this is perfect. I found this one. What is it? Fucking watermark, dude. I just need this, bro. I just need this. Empty. Okay, yeah. Empty profile picture maybe. Profile picture. Yes, this is good. This is good. Empty profile picture. Okay. Let's go back here to Roblox. Let's go here, add image. Alright, hold on. Be right back. Hold on, be right back. I specifically say PNG and you still use the same format. Use this PNG. can't even save this one. But is it this hard to just get a thing working in this game? Let me just go into a box. I'm sure they're gonna have something over here. Empty profile. There we go. I found what I wanted to put. Copy asset ID. That goes to both. We're gonna go up to this PFP. We're gonna go down here. There we go. We get this working. Now we get this working. And for the rank, let me just put rank. Also, let me change the UI stroke color to something more like white, for example, and maybe thicker, so it seems more, it has higher authority. I don't know why you didn't. Okay, you can just. Fun fact: if you just put one here, it makes it white. That's good to know. As you can see now, you can scroll on the thing and completely works for the whole thing. Okay, now there's some things I changed the scrolling frame, such as this thing is why. Where do I where can I find there is scrolling? Canvas size. To scale. What does to scale mean? So okay, with the same format. So let's say the part where's the height for y? It's 15. So 750. No, what am I saying? No, 750. Yeah, 750. So we're gonna go back to the scrolling frame and make the scrolling canvas size 750. Sure. Oh yeah, but I need to also make the thing. Maybe I can just make this one then, and just go up to the. Go up to the size and make the y to be 750, which should also be. That is. Oh yeah, we already have 75 for the top. So 75 minus 50 is minus 25, which should be 675, I believe. Yes, it is. And now we can do this. Perfection. Now I have one question. If we Control D this, is it gonna be the same position as the other one? Yes, it is. So how can we get automatic sorting for this? Is there any UI thing? List layout. Vertical. So we control D. Oof, 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 oof. This is gonna be big help actually. Oh, what did I just delete? Nice. Now, if we do this, it's just gonna make new stuff and now the problem is it cannot track forever. So we have to change the maximum canvas size. How do we do that? Damn. Let me think something right here. Okay, so the scrolling frame. I'm still trying to find the. Okay, let me just do this because I'm not gonna bother that much. Okay, so the size is 675, and the canvas size is one scale. It would make it two. Make this scrollable for more basically. So that is confusing though because what is this? Is this half? I put my finger in the middle and it's not. My finger is right here, and when I go down, my finger is still here. So something is going wrong with this. I don't know what is going wrong though. What automatic canvas size? So let me test something real quick. So let's say let's scroll to the top real quick, okay? So we're here. Let's say we do this a bunch of times. Maybe I should just do this and just call it a day, man. I don't know what type of physics this needs to do for it to get working, but I think this is a viable strategy. As you can see, we get the sorting so far. It looks very good. It's clear that this is the headliner for everything else. It's distinguishable. So we actually are finished with the object. Now we need to make a class for it. So the variables we're gonna have, let's delete a bunch of this. Let's just leave one. Okay. So as of now, we have constant player rank UI, which we're not gonna really interact with at all. Background, which is also pretty constant, unless I want to change color, which I'm gonna do it from Studio. Scrolling frame is the actual source here. We're not gonna be touching UI list there unless I want to change panning or whatever. But I won't be doing that. We're just gonna be adding and deleting stuff from this. So we're officially starting the script. Okay, let's start by adding a module script here. Let's call it leaderboards. Actually, just leaderboard. Function leaderboard new local self equals set me table. This shit again. Index equals leaderboard. Yeah, no, I forgot the thing. And okay, I get it. I forgot this, but you know, I have to be a dick. Oh my. Okay. Okay, table is this. So leaderboard, and the meta is index equals the leaderboard. Okay, I'm not sure this is the correct the correct syntax. I haven't really touched this in a while. This is my second time touching it in a week. So let me um make a testing here. So let's do the dot require game tool server script for child mouse script overlay equals n new paint a. They should print nothing basically. It should be like an empty table. Oh, it's printing self, I guess. Oh yeah, I mean, it's gonna be printing self. It should not be printing this. It's gonna print the whole module, which is new equals function, and that's it. So it's correct. Nice, that's the correct format. So now that we have this straight, we're gonna get some values over here. That's gonna be let's start with self dot. So what attributes should this have? Probably a max amount of. How do I call this slot? Maybe I call this slot. I don't know. I'm gonna call it constant slot. Constant slot. And just slot for short. I'm not doing that every single time. So self dot max slots equals max slots should be around. I think 100 is not that bad. You know. Self dot. No, let's make a private check here. Check. Check. Check slot numbers. Slots amount. It doesn't need to be on the leaderboard. I just put it because I want to. So basically, if you do self check amount, check slots amount is just for a private check. You won't be using it outside of this module thing. So check slots amount. If self dot max slots bigger. No, if slots, you just put slots bigger than max self dot max slots, then this is a no. So let's do local b equals true, b equals false, else b equals true. Let's actually not put a label into this. So if slots are bigger than max slots, which should not be the case, which should be less, then we're gonna put false in two other ways. So every time we're gonna be trying to use, for example, function leader board add slot, we have to be doing so if self check slots amount, then it's gonna do the thing. Now, have I made an error because it's not? It should be, for example, here. I can do this, but here or here even. Maybe because it hasn't run that far. I don't know. Have I made a mistake? I don't think I have. Let's just test this. I don't know if I have made mistakes, so just to be sure. Let's do if nothing is functional error. Okay, it's erroring. Oh, I see. The issue is that this doesn't exist because I haven't added a value for slots yet. Should be 0. The start value should be 0. As you see, it works. It has slots value. So it has the attributes. It has the methods. Everything is working properly, and so everything is fine. Now, this works correctly. Should be like that. Now, add slot, what it would do. So we're gonna have to make another class, which is gonna be a slot class. Also, how long have I been recording for? 40 minutes, okay. So, check slots amount, does the thing, checks if you can add a slot. But that's not gonna be what this is doing. So, it's just gonna be doing a refresh. Hold on, let me think something. Actually, we don't need other class. This is fine as is. But what we need to do is not add slot is wrong. Add slot is wrong. What we should do instead is function leader board refresh. What this would do is it will basically refresh the whole feed. So we're just gonna be calling this function every single time, and this is gonna be basically calling the function leader board add slot We're gonna also have a function leaderboard remove slot. Add slots, remove slots. We're never gonna be needing only one. So when we call refresh, what we need to be doing first is we don't really need any checks. So this is kind of useless for now. What we will be needing is simply refresh, remove self, remove slots, self, add slots. What this would be doing is okay. So local slot equals self dot. It's also a dependent here, so we know what we're entering into. It's gonna be the scrolling frame equals self dot self is a script. Is it a script? No, it's not. Oh, it's not. Yes, not so. Um, frame is gonna be. We got this passage here, which is gonna be like script open or whatever. So let's just call it frame equals frame. No need to be too, you know. Then because slots equals uh frame get children self dot frame get children. And then we simply do for iv in slots do v destroy if v is a frame, then v destroy. And add slots should bring the oh, this is where we make the other instance self dot okay. Hold on. let me see something. Let me see how many times it's gonna print this. How many times? Okay, that's good. So that's what we need. So this is gonna be self.max slots. Let's just do this slots amount because I think it's gonna be constant. So slots amount. Slots I equals a new slot. But the thing is, we're gonna need a table. So we're gonna need to require a table of this stuff, basically the data. And then we're gonna be making basically hold on, something. I don't know. I'm not figuring this out. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not figuring this out yet. So this is gonna be called leaderboards, obviously. Leaderboard model is called actually. Let's make a new model script. This is gonna be called slot module. What we're gonna have in okay, we're gonna have slot and we're gonna have slot. So inside of the slot we're gonna have, obviously we need to have function slot new slot, no slot equals self equals set meta table slot index equals slot. Okay, I forgot this again. And now we're gonna need self.rank PFP. So what we need to be doing here is basically, first of all, we're gonna do logo slot goals require game.server script service wait for child slot module, and we're gonna do local slot equals slot new. and it's gonna create a new slot. So we need to pass the data from here. So we need to know the data to pass it. So we're gonna do something like self.pfp equals pfp self dot name equals name self dot data equals data. Okay, data self dot rank equals rank. Here we're gonna simply put pfp name data and rank. How long have I been recording? 55 minutes. I'm running late. Let's call this actually create. Slot create. Actually, let's just call this new. Let's do slot function slot create. We're gonna basically do self self dot there's gonna be constants local slot UI equals game dot replicate storage wait for child slot. Actually, I'm not gonna keep this private. Create is gonna be an actual function. There, you're gonna need to add the parent here. And the parent for this case should be, for example, logo clone equals self, actually not self, slot UI clone, clone dot parent equals parent. Clone dot okay, so it's gonna have so clone. Let's actually open this so we can know what we're doing. Okay, clone dot pfp dot image equals self dot pfp clone dot data equal dot data dot text equals self dot name, I think. No, the clone dot name dot name dot text equals self dot name and clone dot rank dot text equals self dot rank. And basically we have to do on the script, it will be just slot new, put the data, and then just put create, put the parent that you want it to be in. I can actually just do this, I guess, just place the parent here once, and self dot parent, just parent self dot parent. Now slot dot new, gonna have the appropriate data. For now, let me put like random stuff. Let me put like um. I don't have a copy anymore. Fuck. Let's just go over to here. Let's copy this. Name should be like that. Rank should be. Oh yeah, the thing about rank, it needs to be like that. This is most like because I'm gonna have a data service for this. This is most likely gonna have a number return, so like 23 for example, and oh data. I guess for both of them will be data. I mean like in integer, and for the parent should be self, not secret, self dot frame slot create, and let's see what this does. It hasn't done what I told it to do. So let's try to troubleshoot over here. So it simply hasn't done what I told it to do. Let's slot, and then you do clone the parent. So like, what is? So what is the issue then? Nil. Why is it nil though? That's the problem. It shouldn't be nil. How about self to parent? Self to parent? Should troubleshoot this a little bit. Okay, that's the problem. So why is this returning nil? Self to frame. You know. So what? Like, what am I doing wrong here? So okay. Okay. Let's add something that I know is gonna error just to see what it. Heavily confused now. Okay, let's kind of delete all of this. Retry again. So okay, this time it lets me. Okay, so let's do self dot frame. This, what? What? Oh, I'm gonna crash out, bro. Like this is just stupid, bro. Okay, buddy. Oh my, I know what's wrong. Are you game.service dot workspace dot leaderboard play for child leaderboard dot surf motherfucker part part dot surface dot scrolling frame. Okay, so this is why you should um, not crash out and just see what you were doing. I don't know why I just didn't see what the thing was thinking, but this should. Okay, there we go. As you can see, this is working. This should be 100. I'm not gonna count them, but this should be 100. As you can see after the first profile picture, because this was already here, this is a problem. This should not be here. I just realized. So let's remove slot from here. This should actually be 100 this time around, and everything is the same. Basically, in case this is over, in case the number of days for this data service is over, let's say, well, when I put as a max, which will be 100, it's gonna return 100. Else, it's gonna return, for example, a specific number, for example, 30. So 100 else data number, not data's number. Simplified version. There we go. Now, the thing is, we need to make this work, so I don't know how to work the whole number of datas. Okay, how long have I been recording for? An hour and 8 minutes. I still haven't get this working. I'm fucking lost, man. You know what? Let's make another um let's make another model script for this because this gonna look kind of sloppy if you don't. Data model. It's gonna be called data and data model. Yes, okay. And we're gonna call it actually. No, yeah, we absolutely do need here. Those require game, those server, script service, wait for child, data model. There we go. And instead of this, we're gonna have data. This isn't gonna be noob. This isn't gonna be noob though. There's gonna be methods only. You don't really need any, actually. Fuck, man, this is complicated. Be right back. I don't know how to make this work, and actually, I'm gonna stay here. I'm just gonna search it. I don't know how data works, data service works. I'm just gonna, yeah, I'm just gonna search it. Okay, so I terribly sorry to announce leaderboard script has one for the day. I don't really understand how to make it. I did think I do because in basically in theory it was like this, okay? So in theory all I had to do was in theory uh, in theory basically all I had to do was this. You have the leaderboard, you have you have the data, you have the slot module, then you set because data goes to the slot module and the slot module then finishes the loop on the leaderboard. And this is in theory, but in practice, I don't really, I don't know what I'm doing. So sorry for wasting whoever's time is gonna watch through this whole thing. So yeah, this is a failed experiment. But you should always post about the wins. You should always post about the failure. Sometimes this is a failure. Today this is a failure. So yeah, today this is a failure. Anyways, thank you for watching. For watch, then see you next time.